Wer zum Teufel sind Sie, Weißbrot?
Yeah, so I'm Tordsson Bjork, and I'm the narrative designer at Machine Games. And I work together with our creative director Jens Mattis, writing the story for the game. What you can do in the levels that you can revisit, we call them districts. So they're the areas that you've been through before in the main mission. You can go back, and they've changed in different ways. They could be set in a different time of day, or environments could have altered, and you have new enemies, and there can be side missions for you to go there and complete, and there's secrets, extras, a whole lot of stuff that I think really adds to the replay value of the game. And it's sort of part of this bigger narrative of freeing America from the oppression of the Nazis. So yeah, it definitely plays into the story as well. So the Nazis are they have been, during the decade that they have been occupying America, they have sort of slowly turned up the dial of the pressure, sort of pushing their Nazi ideology to the American consciousness by subverting these sort of pop culture American phenomenons that we're sort of familiar with. And so they created their own action toy figurine line, which is sort of like a perversion of the G.I. Joe set, and they called it the Elite-Hans. They have, in the collector's edition, you can buy Wolfenstein 2, you actually get the enemy edition of the Elite-Hans figurine line, which is a figure of Terror Billy, as they call him, the Nazis in America. Well, the Season's Pass is, we call it the Freedom Chronicles, and it's these three smaller DLC stories that are played from the perspective of three different American resistance fighters trying to fight against the Nazi oppressors in America. And so you get to follow Joseph Stallion, who is this former professional football player who's been enslaved by the Reich. And he's more of a dual-wielding shotguns, more of a mayhem kind of character. And then you have Agent Silent Death, who is this super spy, ex-OSA agent who is working for the Resistance. So she's more of a stealthy character. And then you have a character called Captain Wilkins, who is this great American war hero fighting against the Nazis. And he's more of like a tactical character. So there's differences between those three DLCs that I think will add new, fresh perspectives to the fight against the Nazis. We have lots of secrets and extras that you can discover in New Colossus. The laser craft work is returning as well. It's been tweaked a bit. So I think it's maybe a bit easier to use, but you can use it to take away obstacles that you couldn't pass through before. When it's this special kind of metal that you can sort of melt away and find secrets behind it and stuff like that. So we've peppered the environments, I think, a lot with a lot of extras and collectibles and cool stuff to find. It's the same content that you get no matter if you're playing on PC, Xbox One or PS4. Well, I mean, when we made the New Order, we had this hope that we could turn it into a trilogy, definitely. But we didn't want it to sort of end in a cliffhanger mode. But we wanted it to be this self-sustained story that you had a satisfying end to. So if there wasn't going to be a sequel, then it's fine. We ended on a good note. And I think we're thinking the same here, that it's sort of a self-sustained story with a beginning and an end. But we, like we did with the New Order, we pepper the story with story seeds that can be carried over and grown into new storylines in a potential sequel. So, I mean, we're focusing on making this story as good as possible and satisfying as possible. And then it would be great if we could do Wolfenstein 3 as well. What I think about the censored version in Germany of Wolfenstein 2? Well, you know, it is what it is. I think they're both really good products and convey the story that we want to convey. I think that, you know, it's got to be done because we can't sell anything that would be illegal in Germany. It's, you know, it is what it is. Well, I think that since we are so super focused on creating this immersive narrative single-player experience, and we have this team of, I mean, world-class game developers who are just so good at what they're doing and can make so much good content. I think that we're doing something truly special in a marketplace that might be, you know, filled with many multiplayer game variations. So I think that's something that players will definitely feel gives a fresh, new kind of game that is so focused on the single-player experience.
Good nutrition is a matter of state security.
Wunderbar soldier who ever lived. Power of thunder.
Welcome back to round 3. Now is where it gets really exciting on America's #1 game show. Okay, hands on your buzzers. Here we go.
The Honorable, you must exercise self-control.
Just illegal.